Welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective. And today we are going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Before we get started, actually, I'm not even gonna go. Let me hold on. Hold on. Y'all get into this red. Do y'all see this red? Is it giving? Am I feeding the people? Are you served? Have you been served? Are your bellies not full? Okay? Are they not runneth overing? Okay? I just made it up, child. Anyway, I didn't even realize how good these glasses were gonna match with the aesthetic, right? Okay. Anyway, so we're reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville today. I'm not gonna lie, the last episode, the latest episode, Preaching to the Liar, which I'm wondering what the title is about, was a tearjerker for me. It was very emotional, and so we'll get into it. But before we start the review, I'm going to ask that you subscribe to my channel. Again, welcome. My name is Bella again, and I just want you to know that it is a family here, okay? We voice our opinions respectfully, okay? We talk about the things, okay? And we do that here within community. So if you want to be a part of this channel, you want to be a part of this growing channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that thumbs up button, okay, so it can continue to feed my videos to everyone around you and in your network, okay, so we can grow this channel for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, again, before I start, I'm gonna say that I'm probably gonna be doing this a couple times. It's giving. All right, okay, enough about me, more about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get into it. All right, so let me get my life together. I am trying to find my notes. Okay, here we go. Pulled them up. Let's do the thing. So again, the title's called Preaching to the Liar. Not sure what that's about. That's a little strange, but whatever. So it picks up from where it left off, the peace party. And so this is and I know I didn't review the last episode, but basically Stormy decided that she wanted to get all the women together. I'm sure she was coaxed by production to have basically hash out their issues, right? The main folks that spoke were Mel and Destiny, and I'm gonna say that Destiny was really getting on my nerves this episode. I really did not like the way she was presenting. I don't like the way she presents. I actually like her as a person. I think that the way that their friendship crumbled is sad because I know that Destiny really rode for her, and I feel like Mel just, decided to cut her off because she's still friends with Tisha and Martell, which is her right, which is her prerogative, but it would just been nice for her to say it, but Mel didn't have to say it. But the way Destiny responding, it is very childish, and it's dragged out, and it almost seems like she doesn't have any self-respect, right? So, okay, let's get into it. So Destiny and Mel. So I kept yelling at the screen, Destiny, just say how you feel. She kept saying, I was exploding inside, but I didn't show it. Flag on the play. Let's normalize feeling our feelings, owning our feelings, verbalizing our feelings, and being able to tell someone how I feel, whether it's positive and or negative, because I don't necessarily assign negative or positive feelings, because emotions are signals to help you, propel you, inform you, okay? So let's normalize not trying to be the strong black woman and being unbothered, because being unbothered is a lie. Okay, there's no such thing as being unbothered. If someone tells you that they're unbothered, they're lying. Okay, especially if it's a significant event, they are lying to you. Okay, so I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk. Okay, so everyone pretty much was saying, like, girl, we knew you were bothered. You were bothered, right? And then also everyone was saying, yes, Destiny, she spoke to you. Now, it wasn't the proper speaking. It wasn't, sufficient. I'll say that. It wasn't, hey, Destiny, how you doing? It was, hey, Destiny, and just she walked off. It was not congratulating her. It was not saying, hey, I know you and I have been at odds, but I want to congratulate you. It was none of those things. And so Destiny was right with her annoyance. But the way that she carried on and the way that she carried about, it was just like, girl, how can anybody side with you when you have an attitude with everybody? You're not verbalizing how you really truly feel, and then you're coming back with these snide comments that just make it seem just so silly. Okay, it's just dumb. So anyway, so Demi, her plus one, finally speaks up and just basically explains what Destiny was feeling, and she had a right to feel that way, but she needed to express it. She needed to be able to verbalize it, and what she was trying to do was pretend like she was unbothered, but it's clearly like, girl, play your hand. She need to learn how to play her hand. She don't know how to play her hand right, and it's telling and annoying at the same time. It's like, girl, play your hand. This is not how you play your hand, okay? Anyway, so Mel basically said, can we normalize not having to force people to be friends and forcing people to make up and all this other stuff? And I'm with Mel. Let's normalize saying, hey, this is a boundary. I don't want you to cross that boundary. Here's where you're at, and here's where I'm at, and that's how it's gonna be, right? And I actually had to reaffirm myself of that this weekend, as I had a friend visit me, right? And I'm just like, no, I need to put boundaries in place for myself because I need to protect myself because there's only one, myself, okay? So anyway, let's keep going. So I'm with Mel when she says let's respect friends, and basically Mel's at the point where she's like, girl, I don't hash the past. Mel's over it. She don't want to talk to you, and that's that. But I know Destiny really still likes Melody, and I wish she would just say that. I wish that she would just say that. But Destiny still wants to be friends with Mel. She really still cares about the girl, but she's not verbalizing it, and it's just coming off weird and desperate. And I just think she just needs to grow up. So they both decide that, yeah, okay, we don't have to be friends, but we'll respect each other in the same space, etc., etc. Stormy then says, hey, I'm going to give y'all gifts, thank you for coming. And Stormy also says in the confessional, hey, I noticed that Tisha and Mel didn't say anything, but honestly I feel like Mel and Tisha, they've already hashed out what they need to do, they need to say, and nothing else needs to be said. Okay, I said what I said. Okay, so and there her go Destiny again, being just, girl, like, please, like, I hope it's Canvas Beauty. Is that Canvas Beauty? Girl, stop. Like, you really, it's giving desperation. And Destiny, I like you, okay? I like you, but it's giving desperate. Have some decency, girl. Stop begging. It just seems weird, and not verbalizing how you really truly feel. It's annoying. Okay, so then we flip the scene. We see Marcel with a charcuterie board, charcuterie board. I'm gonna call it a charcuterie board. So we see Marcel with a charcuterie board, and he's doing all the things or whatever. He goes down, I guess, into the basement, and he calls Tisha to come up, who is beautiful, by the way. She has this pretty pink jumpsuit on. Tisha is. Tisha, you better. Anyway, okay, so Marcel is such a piss poor father. And that's all I'm gonna say. Okay? I'm tired of reading Marcel. I'm tired of talking about how he raggedy. I'm tired of talking about how he trash. He is a piss poor father and a piss poor man. I'm just gonna say that, okay? To be a better guy for Tisha, and he knows that she's saying that something is wrong, so he's needing to listen, and I just feel like he's putting on for the camera. I don't truly feel like he actually feels like he needs to fix anything, because one, if he felt that way, he would be trying to figure out what the problem is, and he's not. Number two, he would be willing to go to someone's therapy because therapy is actually going to be helping. That's going to help. And what Tisha's verbalized is that he doesn't really help around the house. He says, you're the woman, you need to handle all the kids and all the house and the home things. I go out and get the bacon, and it's this old 1940s thought process, and he's still thinking that way. Like, even as he's telling us that he wants to be a better man and that he's romantic, he still said the kids are going, I don't know where they at, but they going out the house because that's Tisha's apartment. You're still not being the man that she needs. You're just not. So anyway, so then there's a part where Tisha talks about how her two daughters are about to become the age between 10 and 14. to come, age where they're about to start menstruating, right? And so she said she's gonna put together a period party for the girls, and of course, Marcel, being the caveman that he is cringing. Period. It's like, Marcel, why do men act like that? They act like the menstrual cycle is just the most disgusting thing in the entire world. Here's the thing. I understand that they don't understand the concept of menstruation. I get it. But after you realize what the concept is, like after you're an adult male and you've been on this earth for at least 4 decades, which Marcel, I'm pretty sure you have, how is it ill and disgusting at that point still? Like it's part of human nature. It's part of how we get here. And why don't men have more respect for women because of what they go through, as opposed to them being disgusted and don't want to have nothing to do with it? Like I'm just so annoyed with that. Anyway, so Tisha says, my girls, I have two little girls that are gonna be, becoming of age, and and did y'all catch how she just talked about she has two little girls as if they're not the parents, as if Marceau ain't they daddy? John Marceau, I piss poor, okay, piss poor father, okay. So anyway, Tisha's planning this period party, and it's such a cute idea. I absolutely love it. I think it should be a tradition for all girls that become of age. I wish it was something that I was able to be a part of. I feel like I've seen so many people who say and tell me their story of how they started their cycle. Mine was pretty much the same. I was 12. I had turned, it was like a couple days after my 12th birthday, baby. My cycle said, boom. I turned 12, and probably 2 or 3 days later, that cycle came. I was excited about it because I knew what it was, and I was a very inquisitive girl, so I pretty much read about things like that. So I already knew what to expect, but it would have just been nice if my mother kind of like ushered me in and kind of like did like a little bit of a ritual and maybe like a little bit of a ceremony for me, giving me affirmations and things like that, the just cute girly stuff, right? And talking to me about what to expect, and welcome me into the sisterhood of womanly things. You know what I'm saying? Like I just would have that would have been really nice at 12 to have that, right? So anyway, so Marceau basically says that he thinks that Dr. Francis is biased against men. And here's where I have the issue with Marceau. Marceau, you're saying that men are emotionally superior, right? When you say emotionally superior, you're saying that men don't hold grudges. They're able to talk about things and handle their business and not allow, emotions to get in their way or cloud their judgment. So men are emotionally superior. Men are mentally superior. Men are all of these things. They're leaders. They're the breadwinners. They're all the things. But when Dr. Francis holds you to task, when Dr. Francis, you as a leader, right? Because I remember as being the oldest child, I was considered the leader, right? And so when things went wrong or when I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, my punishment was much stronger, much harsher, much more. You know better than this, right? Because you're the oldest. That was my experience. And so if men are the leaders, the heads of households, things like that, why do you have a problem with Dr. Francis being harder on you than a woman? Because again, y'all are the leaders. So he expects more. He's also a man. And so he expects more from you. And so when he's asking you to raise up, that's a problem. And you want to be treated the same as a woman. But I thought y'all, you wanna pick and choose when you wanna be a leader. Marcel go on somewhere and he's talking about, oh yeah, we need to have a therapist that we're able to see their lives and know they're not perfect. I don't know if you know how therapy actually truly works, but you're not friends with your therapist. Your therapist is not there to show you their personal lives. Your therapist is there to help you unlock your personal life and navigate you through the issues and the things that you've got going on. So knowing that person, this is not girl time. This is not tea time. You're not going to sit down and have a conversation about what they've done in their past. It's about you and unlocking your issues, Marceau. And so I just think Marceau is just using that as an excuse to continue to be the man that he is because he does not want to level up. And that's just that on that. Okay. So we get to Kimmy. I'm gonna save Kimmy for last. Let me just go. Let me get to Destiny because there wasn't a whole lot in the episode. Okay, so Destiny invites Mel to her photo shoot for her song. I'm on 10, I'm on 10, I'm on 10, I'm on 10. Hold on. Me. I'm on 10, I'm on 10. Did I get it? Huh? Okay, sorry. Okay, so Destiny invites Mel to her photo shoot, and baby, let me tell you something. Mel made sure to let y'all know that Destiny invited her, and she didn't just come on her own will. Okay, she did not just pop up on her own. Destiny had to invite her. So Destiny, they go back and forth. They're kind of playing around, talking or whatever, and they end up taking a break. And I don't know if you saw Neville. Neville is their photo guy. He's been taking everybody's photos, right? He looked really skinny. He lost a lot of weight, or lost a lot of weight in his face at least. Anyway, so they sit down and they're talking, and Destiny really, you could tell Destiny really wants to be her friend. And Destiny's basically like, when you were telling this woman that, you can't talk, that telling her that you have a problem with me, but you didn't come to me about it. And they're going back and forth, and Mel won't admit that that's what she did, but I'm sure she did because she keeps going around in circles. But I understand at this point that Mel doesn't want to bring it up anymore. I get it. I'm with her. I forgot that Destiny has that attitude and that personality. Remember when she was fooling and she came for our Kimmy? She came for Kimmy and ran it in the ground about the chicken. And it was like, girl, the chicken, man? Girl, that is what you got mad about? And you running that in the ground? Like, in the ground? She carried that to season 3, I think, or 4. Whenever she came on the show, I was like, girl, it's not that serious, girl. She ran it in the ground. So I forgot that she's that person that will run something in the ground all the way, like, run it all the way down, okay? So basically what happened was Mel had an issue with, Mel did not like that that Destiny was hanging out with Tisha and Martell, right? Destiny, Mel's not telling her that. She cuts her off. Destiny's looking crazy. She really still wants to be Mel's friend. And then Mel goes back and tells somebody else that I guess Destiny's working in business with, and says, girl, we got issues. I don't fool with her like that. And so the lady was like, listen, hey, I can't work with you until you and Mel get y'all things together. And Destiny's like, well, what issues do we have? I don't know. I truly believe that's what happened. I don't think she's lying. But I do think that Destiny needs to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Okay? I think she needs to know what hill to die on and which hill to walk away from. And this is a hill that she needs to walk away from. It's not a hill that she needs to die on. Because actually she's looking crazy. Okay? She's looking absolutely crazy in this scenario. And so, again, I'm with Mel. Girl, move on. Girl, move on. Move along. She don't want to be your friend. Just go on. Move along. Scooch on. Okay? So, anyway, I just think that it is a shame how things ended, but I was glad to see them at least be able to come to a mutual agreement. Okay? So, last part is, while Tisha is having the period party for the girls, invite an OBGYN, they invite a nutritionist, 2 other girls who are helping to fight period poverty, which is a passion of mine, or kind of like a thing that I'm wanting to get into. Maurice comes up to the event, and that's basically when Kimmy tells her the news. So what happened was Kimmy found a lump under her arm and her lymph node, and she found a lump in her breast, and I think it's the right breast she found. And so it's cancerous, and it's triple negative, and it's probably one of the most aggressive cancers. in one of the most aggressive breast cancers. And so she is going to have to start the journey of chemotherapy. I actually saw some pictures from Maurice's IG page of her going in and getting the chemotherapy. And I cried so hard watching that scene. And I love the way Tisha really handled her. It was very sweet, very, very genuine. And I was just so hurt because while I don't know Kimmy worth the, I don't know her from a can of paint, right? But she's always seemed to be the most mature one and most sweet. And while I don't too much care for that raggedy ass husband she got, I appreciate how supportive he's being in this moment. I still got my good eye on him because I know that when women go through these things, a lot of times the men don't stick around. So I'm keeping my good eye on him. But I just felt so sad for her. I just felt so sad for her, and so anyway. So I'm not gonna go down there. I don't wanna cry or anything like that. But I was Kimmy, we are wishing you the best. I'm wishing you the best. I am sending you positive energy, standing in your corner, Team Kimmy all day, girl. And so I can't wait till you come out on the other side of this. And I pray to God that you will. So I'm going to end the video on that. And we'll see. There's going to still be some more petty fighting and more petty foolishness happening in the next episode. I feel like it pales in comparison to the real world issues that are actually happening. I don't understand why Love and Marriage Huntsville can't go like the whole conversation with Marceau and Courtney of last episode. I didn't review the last episode because I was busy, but they were talking about how they were able to invest in real estate, how they were able to build real estate. Why can't we be talking about these kinds of things? Why do we have to constantly talk about these same raggedy fights that don't even matter? Like, who cares? Anyway, so again, my name is Belle. This has been the Belle Perspective. I thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you might as well go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit that like button and get down in the comments and let me know what you think. I really appreciate you all. We are part of the growing channel. Again, I have a goal of making at least 50 subscribers, and I know that's a small feat, or I'm sorry, I know that's a small number, but it's large to me because this is a growing channel. And so I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and get down in the comments and interact with me. Let me know what you think, okay, as we go forward. And I'm actually going to take a look at some of the new subscribers and shout them out in the next video. And I thank you so much for watching. You take